Good morning, children. Welcome back to the another online class of social science. And I, Pallavi Joshi, will be teaching you social science in this week. And children, this week we will start the second chapter of civics, as already two chapters in history and two chapters in geography you have completed. So in this week, we will start the second chapter of civics, that is understanding secularism. And children, in previous chapter, you have learned that India is a democratic country. It has given equal rights to all the people of our country. And you also have read about the features of Indian constitutions, like fundamental rights which are given to the citizen of our country. And we also read that India is a secular country, means it does not promote any state religion. And in this chapter you will learn more about the secularism, and you will also understand the importance of secularism in a democratic society like India, and learn something about the distinctiveness of Indian secularism. But children, before discussing the meaning of secularism, first we will understand the secularism through this example. So children, imagine yourself that you are a Hindu or Muslim living in a part of the United States of America where Christian fundamentalism is very powerful, means where the Christians consider themselves that they are superior than other religion. And suppose you are a US citizen, but despite that no one is willing to rent their house to you. In that situation, you will not feel obviously good. In that case, you decided to complain against this discrimination to the higher authority of that country. But there too, in place of justice, you face discrimination, means the higher authority told you to go back India if you want the equal treatment. In that case, you might react in two ways. Some of you can think that Christians might also get the same treatment in other countries where Hindu and Muslims are in majority and Christians are in minorities, means Christians are in less in numbers and Hindu and Muslims are more in numbers. And secondly, some of you might have a view that there should be justice for all, mean there would be no discrimination on the grounds of a person's religion, where all the people would have the equal treatment before law and nobody would be discriminated on the grounds of that person's religious practices and beliefs. So children, to end the discrimination on the ground of religious practices and beliefs is the basic nature of secularism. Now we are going to learn more about the secularism in terms of Indian context. So if we will look back to our past, we will find many examples of discrimination, exclusion and persecution on the grounds of religion, where many people were discriminated. They were not having the right to take the part in the state activities, and they were harassed on the grounds of their religion. You must have listened the name of Hitler. He was the ruler of Germany at his time. Many or several millions of Jews were killed, and in the states where Jews were in power, so they treat its own community of Muslims and Christians minorities very badly, means Muslims and Christians were discriminated in the states where Jews were in power. And in Saudi Arabia, if we'll take the example of Saudi Arabia, that the non-Muslims, the followers of other religions, are not allowed to build a temple, church, etc. And even they were not allowed to gather in the public places for prayers. So from the example of Germany, Israel and Saudi Arabia, it is clear that the country which declare themselves as a nation of particular religion, or the countries which officially give the recognition to a particular religion, there the member of other communities discriminated by the member of one religious community. And if we'll take the example of our neighboring country, children, so Pakistan and Sri Lanka are the non-secular countries where they foster and promote a particular religion. Pakistan is an Islamic country, and Sri Lanka, in case of Sri Lanka, it is written in the constitution of Sri Lanka that it is the duty of the government to promote and protect the religion, and their main state religion is Buddhism. Now in the next topic we will see, in India, can the state discriminate against citizens on the grounds of their religion? So for answer of this question we have to move forward to our next topic, that is what is secularism and what is written in our constitution about secularism. Secularism means separation of religion from state, and the meaning of state here is government or country, where the government is neutral in matters of religion. It do not promote or protect any religion of that country, but at the same time the government give right to freedom of religion to all the citizens of the country, irrespective of their caste, gender and religion. As we have read in the previous chapter, that our constitution has given 6 fundamental rights to the citizen of our country, and among these fundamental rights, one right which is given to the citizen of the country is right to freedom of religion. And according to this right, every person is equally permitted to enjoy the freedom of conscience and the right to acknowledge, practice and spread religion. Means we are free to promote and practice the religion of our choice. No government and institution can force us to change our religion or to change our religious beliefs and practices. As we have read in the previous chapter that India is a secular country, it means it does not promote and protect any particular religion. And our constitution has given religious freedom to all the citizens of our country, which protects people's right to live, speak and act according to their beliefs peacefully. Unlike Saudi Arabia, about which we have read in the previous topic, where people are not, where the non-Muslims are not allowed to build temple, church, and even they are not allowed to gather for any religious gathering. But our constitution has adopted a strategy of separating the power of religion and the power of the government. Means the people have the fundamental right to freedom of religion, in which the government cannot interfere, and the government cannot misuse its power for making the developmental programs and policies for a particular religion. If we'll take the example of current situation of our country, the government nowadays making different developmental programs and policies irrespective of the people's caste and religion. It is not like that the government will make the policies only for Hindus or Muslims or Sikhs or Christians. No, the government is making the developmental programs and making the policies, and citizen irrespective of their caste and religion will get benefited by all these programs which are started by government. So this is the secularism which our country has adopted, and which refers separation of religion from the state. So secularism means separation of religion from the state, which means all the religion are equally treated in our country, and people of all the religion have equal rights and freedom, and they all are equal before the law. On the other hand, the government cannot discriminate any person on the ground of that person's religion, and government is responsible for making the policies and developmental programs for all the citizens of the country irrespective of their religion, as well as the government cannot discriminate on the grounds of any person's religion, and the government is equally responsible for making the developmental programs, policies for all the citizens of the country, irrespective of their religion. And government of secular country like our country cannot promote, foster and protect any particular religion. All the religion are equal before the government or constitution and equal before the law. With this, we have reached to the end of the topic. I hope you have understood both the topic which we have discussed today. If you will have any doubt, you can write in the class comments. So I will explain the particular topic in next class. And children, with this video you will get the question answer also, and that question answer you have to do in your copy in which you have done the previous work. That's all for today's class. Till then, take care of yourself, stay home, stay safe and keep washing your hand. Thank you, class.